And like many of you watching this, I'm very disappointed at the moment. I'll probably be up till 3 in the morning. I won't turn that off until there's no hope, and there still is hope. I mean, it's grim, but there still is hope. But I don't know, we were talking earlier, and what does this mean for the country? And I certainly don't have an answer to that. But one thing, and Kai Kahele just mentioned this in a speech that he gave, and he mentioned it in a speech last night at our grand rally, that for the country's problems to be solved, which obviously there's these huge problems, immigration, trade imbalance, raising the minimum wage, disparity in incomes. I mean, there's all these issues, and none of them can get solved by one group on their own. So I mean, if Hillary Clinton had been elected, and even if she'd been elected by a landslide, that would not have changed this equation at all, really. Because still nothing could get done. The Republicans are definitely still going to control the House. The Senate is up for grabs, but it looks like, I don't know, it's going to be more filibuster land in the Senate because no one's going to have any strong majority there. So President Clinton or President Trump, if in fact they do want to accomplish anything, are going to have to reach out to the other side, because I'm not saying we're going to come in a consensus. That would be pretty naive to think there's going to be a consensus with us, but that doesn't mean there's no common ground, okay? So there are issues that face us. I mean, things like climate change, which he's clearly on the wrong side of. There's a very strong percentage of Americans that believe it is an issue. Same thing, Roe v. Wade and abortion rights. I mean, he was pro-choice 8 years ago. So I don't think he's got any big axe to grind to overturn Roe v. Wade. I don't care what the evangelicals that were backing him think. I don't think that's an issue. I don't think his prime criteria when he's going to appoint Supreme Court justices is going to be where do they stand on the choice issue. So I don't know. I mean, I really don't know who he's going to. I mean, he released this list of names for potential Supreme Court justices a few weeks ago, but that doesn't. I mean, everybody knows everything he said in the primary and in the general election was pretty much shooting from the cuff. So I would not be surprised if he didn't nominate a Supreme Court justice that some of the more conservative members of the Republican Party would not like. So I know I'm trying to be Pollyanna here, I guess, but I really don't know what the man stands for. I mean, I don't know if he stands for anything other than making money. So obviously, with the way our government's set up with a system of checks and balances, he is not going to be able to bully his way into doing all the things he would like to do. There's too many roadblocks set up in his path. And a lot of those roadblocks are going to be manned by Republicans as well as Democrats. So, you know, there's no unity in building this billion-dollar wall on the Mexican border between Republicans or Democrats, either one. So, I mean, I view, I'm not going to say I give him a blank check. Obviously, I don't. But I am discounting a huge amount of his campaign rhetoric. And I'm hoping that he gets more serious. Again, I'm talking as if he's won, and at this point in the evening, he actually hasn't, but it's looking scary, from my perspective anyway. So, I don't know, I'm trying to be optimistic, I guess, and I mean, if Clinton is elected, it could be 4 more years of gridlock. So, I don't. How do we get beyond this? I don't have the answer to that. Other than good faith and goodwill and sitting down and talking to people. And that's one thing about Trump that scares me, is he doesn't have a good history of listening. He has a great history of talking. They say he has an attention span of 30 seconds. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but he's not one for deep thoughts, generally speaking. So I'm hoping he surrounds himself with some people who are into deep thoughts. and who are able to look at the long-term picture for any ideas that he might hatch. So I don't know. I mean, there's really no words of wisdom to say on this thing other than, you know, if people keep good faith and some dialogue can be created, it may not be the end of the world. I can not comprehend how he got elected. Saying the things he said.
She congratulated us.
I mean, I hate to say that a majority of American citizens are racist, misanthropic. I mean, but there's, I'm hearing that message, you know, to a degree. And
a reaction to a changing country. I've heard that said. I don't know.
Well, I've heard that said, you know, and yeah, I've heard he's a change guy. Yeah, well, he's a change guy, that's true. But when you throw a stick of dynamite into a classroom, you're causing change too. You know, so, you know, what is the change going to be? I'm afraid of it, and I mean, it would be easy for me, it is easy for me to feel a lot of ill will towards the people that elected him. But I don't understand them, and I will say that up front. You know, so people, I mean, people are laid off, yeah, we're losing jobs in the Rust Belt, lot, you know, I mean, I can't see how that would justify voting for a man who has taken the positions he's taken. I mean, we're a bigger country than that. And I'm just hoping some people sit him in a room and have a serious talk with him and can show him that if anything is going to happen at all in a positive manner in this country, he's going to have to back off. Okay, because there's all these folks that live in this country, and he does not have the right to disenfranchise them because they're the wrong color or the wrong religion. And I'm hoping some cooler heads prevail, I guess is all I can say to that. But I absolutely have no comprehension for how anyone could possibly vote for him. My daughter's a physician in Cincinnati, and I was just back there on a 3-week trip a couple of weeks ago, and I mean, it was Trump land, you know, with all the signs. And Cincinnati is a place where you think Clinton will be doing very well if she's doing well anywhere in Ohio. And I don't see, I don't know, that's Hamilton County, and I haven't seen the totals from it yet, so I don't really know how it went. But yeah, being in Hawaii, well, I was with a friend about a week ago, and she said, the best thing we got going us for in Hawaii, if Trump gets elected, it says we've got the best wall in the world, and it's 1,500 miles of water. And that is exactly how I'm feeling at the moment, okay? I mean, the last Republican senator in the state Senate was just defeated tonight, at least it looks like that's gonna happen. And I think we in Hawaii, I don't think this, you know, this isn't going to change our energy policy here, right? I mean, we've set this goal for self-sufficiency. We believe in climate control. This changes none of that, okay? We believe in the rights of all the citizens of Hawaii. This changes none of that. So, I mean, on the bright side, things are going to be much better here than they're going to be on the mainland. Because, yeah, it is Democrat land. It's not just a political party, it's the values of aloha and getting along with the diverse population of people, and we've always had to do that, and we always will do that. And you know, Governor Abercrombie always used to say our diversity is our greatest strength, not a weakness, and I you know, always believe that wholeheartedly. So thank God we live Hawaii. I guess that's what I'll close on.